Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are on some Texas back roads and we're going to be getting some brain wrinkles, so buckle up because in the Lone Star State everything is bigger. So for today's adventure we're heading out on Highway 81 and we're heading north almost to Oklahoma. In fact, we're going to be just across from the Oklahoma border. We're going to go to a very interesting historical space in Texas. This one is going to be fascinating because we're going to sit down and enjoy a rest stop. But this rest stop isn't like any other rest stop. In fact, this one has a really cool history behind it, and it relates to the roads themselves. You never know what you're going to find whenever you stop off at a free location, and especially one that typically would just be a wayward point where you can pull off and have a picnic. But some of those have the best stories. And this one is included in that because, believe it or not, there's rumor that the roads are paved in gold. Okay, first stop. I have a really cool building. I don't think there's any context here or anything, but it's a really cool older building. So I want to show it to you guys. This is a historic building that uses driftwood and stone and glass and, well, you'll see. Check this out. This is off of Highway 81 and there's a barbecue place like right behind it. They're closed right now, but this is awesome. One day maybe we'll come out here and go to the barbecue place too, but look at this. Is this not so neat? Okay, so super cool story here. This building was actually an old gas station. It was 2 floors. The station was on the bottom and then the living quarters were on the top. Now this was built in around the 30s and it was using all sorts of different materials, including old glass from the Ball Jar Company. It used to be in Wichita Falls. They went all the way to there from here, which was quite a commute in the 30s for sure. And they were able to bring back this glass and use it as pieces of the wall. They also have petrified wood, and then they have marble and a few other additional things like granite and just some regular sandstone. It's so cool. Now, the owner of the barbecue place, this is also their building. So she came outside and she was talking to me, even though they're closed today, they're out here getting ready for something. And she told me kind of the history of this. They also used to have a station kind of behind where they would work on vehicles and things like that. And now that's where the barbecue joint sits. It is so neat. But one of the cooler things about this is when you look at the individual grout, the things that would pull these things together and hold them together, they were made from the things that were actually used on this road, which we're about to go find out a little bit more about. This is a building that has been here and withstood almost 100 years of time. Now, is it in good shape? No, it is not. However, it has been here for people to come out and see this amazing style of architecture for quite some time. She also said there are a few others around the Bowie area, which is just up the road a little bit, where people have noticed that it has similar kinds of materials that were used. This was an interesting style from the 30s. During the 30s, things were harder to find, so they would use what they had, and because of that, the construction materials themselves were durable. Now, the wooden portions of this building, again, are gone because of the fire, and it has seen better days because in between different ownership, people have come out here and knocked out pieces and things like that. It's a good little stop though, and you can definitely find this very easily. It's right off of the main road, and they have the huge barbecue signs again to bring you in. So stop here. Don't go inside because it's not structurally sound inside, but definitely check this one out. Okay, I have officially pulled off at our stop, and oh my goodness, it's beautiful out here today. The trees are so green, the grass is amazing. We've had a lot of rain, so there's actually water under the bridge. But more importantly, this is a rest stop, so you can actually get out your stuff, make some food, and stretch out just a little bit. They have 3 different slots that you can pull into, one of which is actually occupied by a tent camper. Now, I'm not sure logistically if you're supposed to tent camp or not, but they do have a nice ample space and no signs posted saying you can't. I know you can pull off at Texas road stops like this overnight in like your van, so this is a great way for you to have just like a nice safe pull off. Now with that said, this place is so dark at night, there are no lights out here, so I'm gonna give you that little heads up. But more importantly, this is the home of a Texas historical marker, and as I show you around, I'll tell you a little bit more about why. This marker was placed in 1963 by Texas Highway Department. Its messaging echoes the unique story of the very roadway we stopped on and its origination in the county. The story began in 1936 when the Texas Highway Department was paving the 2 North Texas highways. Sand for the concrete was taken from a nearby pit. The grains glistened with such intensity that they sent them to a Fort Worth laboratory to be tested. It returned with the news that there was gold in the mix. However, the fever dream of finding fortune was cut short when the landowner discovered that there was no way to really extract the gold in a way that would be profitable on a grand scale. Instead, it became a part of the materials they would use on the highway. Small sparkles, which paved the important roadway, but had little to no value due to the small, unusable specimens. Today, motorists enjoy the unique story while taking a break from highway fatigue. As you can see, this place is really nice and it has that cool history for brain wrinkles. Lots of places in Texas are like this. You can pull off at a variety of different Texas historical signs and learn a little bit more about the areas that you're passing through. And there's some pretty unique stories, let me tell you. From old homesteads to places that used to have towns that are completely wiped off the face of the map now because people have moved out of them. You never know what you'll find when you pull off at one of those signs. It's always been one of my favorite pastimes just to stop off at those signs to learn a little bit more about the places I am. And Texas has a registry where you can also differentiate different kinds of historic stops. Definitely encourage you, if you're coming to the Lone Star State, to look that up. And you can kind of follow different paths of different parts of the Texas history, like a storybook that tells you all of the connected pieces. I really love that. Other states do it too, but I know Texas is very easy to find and reference simply by going on the Texas Historical Commission. With that said, I am gonna make a smoothie real quick so we can hit the road and off to our next adventure. I'm not sure what that's gonna be just yet, but it's smoothie time. Okay, I have my 2 staples in here, my actual protein powder and my collagen powder. I'm going to be adding some digestive enzymes to this too. I just haven't received them yet. And now we're gonna try something new. I've done the PB powder with pumpkin, but I have not done the regular PB powder. And so I bought this because it would be easier to carry in the van. And so I have this guy right here, and I just need to open it up and take the seal off of it because this is brand new. I got it at Walmart. And so this is going to give me a really good flavor profile if I can get it open. It's going to just be a peanut butter shake today. Looks about like this. We're gonna cap it, and then I need to plug in the magic bullet. But first, since I have dry stuff, I'm gonna do this. That seems to mix it a little bit better. I don't like to put the dry things on the bottom because then they get stuck down here and I have to scrape them out. So I put them on last and just kind of do this a little bit, but I'll get a good blend on it, even though that doesn't look so bad. This is gonna be just a drink. It's not gonna be like a smoothie that's thicker. So overall, I've been really pleased with how these recipes have been turning out, and having things in powder form is so helpful because I can get the things that I need, like the collagen, which is good for your hair, skin, and nails, and then like a little flavor with the peanut butter, but this also gives me a little bit more protein. So overall, we're having a Texas adventure. We're getting some brain wrinkles, and then we're also bettering ourselves, which I think is great. Okay, time to plug it in, and then turn on the AC, and this is a hold. I'm currently testing out something else on here also. Check out yesterday's video if you're interested in finding out what that is. And like all good cooking adventures, I put it on the mat so that it doesn't go anywhere. Here we go. That should be nice and blended. And the best part about it is I can just drink it straight out of here so I don't have to dirty another dish. So here we go. Oh, that's good. That's super, super good. And if I wanted to make it into a Reese's tasting one, I could add just a scoop of chocolate also. This is delightful. So on today's adventure here in Texas, we have officially fueled both our mind and our body. We've got new brain wrinkles about this amazing rest stop that we are at. And we've also made ourselves something that is delightful and tasty and gives us lots of protein for our next adventure to keep us moving. Because if you've watched my channel very much, you already know I move quick. So with that said, guys, remember we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. I'm going to hit the road toward my next adventure, and we'll see where we end up next in this Texas Adventure series. Till next time, bye.